into playoffs for our very first season, and we're starting out with an awesome match, Reunited versus Afreeca Freecs Blue. This is going to be a great best of 5.
I'm really excited, especially because of what we saw from Afreeca Blue just a few days ago, running the Pharah Mercy combo. Before actually it was buffed, I think we've been seeing a huge amount of improvement from Recry as this tournament has gone on, and I think on this side of the bracket they may be a favorite to make it all the way to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's thinking Reunited is going to have an easy time of it here, I think needs to really go back and watch some earlier VODs, because Afreeca Freecs Blue have been improving, I would say, dramatically each match. And yeah, maybe their last 2 opponents weren't the toughest teams in the league, but it's more about what the team themselves have been doing. The coordination has been a lot better. The ult usage has been great. Their conservation with ults has been fantastic, and you are starting to see those individual stars kind of come out. So I think this could be a really close best of 5.
Well, what I loved watching about Afreeca in their more recent matches is how aggressively they play, even with ult disadvantages. We saw them, they're very surprising. They take fights that a lot of other teams wouldn't. They like to extend pretty deep into the map. Now, sometimes this can hurt them if you get, and here's a potential way Reunited could take the win here. You get Mei walled off, you get separated from the rest of your team and picked off by Reunited. So there are, certainly Reunited is a strong team. I would say, for me, Afreeca is a favorite coming into this match, but Reunited, who knows how well they're going to do. A lot of it is going to come down to how well the teams have adapted since the patch dropped on Tuesday.
Well, that's really kind of the big story behind all this too, right? It's the patch. You and I were talking about this before the match, and as good as Unfixed is on Mei with that nerf, with the ult coming up a lot less often, maybe that pick is going to seem a little bit less appealing here, where on the other side, Recry has been playing Pharah really, really well already, so it seems like kind of fitting into a very smooth sort of position to be in that they've been in for a while now for Afreeca Blue.
Yeah, and like you say, that's the question. Unfixed is still a player that is transitioning into that DPS role ever since he came to Korea. So we've seen, the Genji and the Reaper coming out. Reaper a little bit from him. But Valutaya, who's been great on the Tracer and the Reaper. He's had some pretty good games on the McCree too, but I think a lot of these mid to longer range hit scans are very strong from what we saw earlier on this patch, and you need them to deal with the Pharah, and the Pharah will come today from Afreeca Blue.
Right, and in response, I would not be shocked at all to see a Soldier 76 come out. We saw it a lot in our last group stage matches the other day on Wednesday, and it's a good answer to the Pharah. But talking about Valutaya's McCree, he really put on a clinic on, I believe it was Nepal in their last match too. So yeah, he does change kind of carries that he's playing a lot, but he's been looking really good, of course, on the Tracer, obviously, but on the McCree recently too. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, it's a lot's changed. Yeah. Like when we saw the team Afreeca Blue go up against Rogue in their group, it was they did lose pretty convincingly, but that was before I would say Recry really woke up, and I think this is going to be a better meta for Recry as a player.
Totally.
And that is right now the DPS duo is very strong from Afreeca Blue.
Yep, well, there is how our tournament breaks out from here on. The quarterfinals, as you can see, we're going to have Reunited and Afreeca Freecs Blue, and then BK Stars versus LW Blue a little bit later today. And then on Monday, Rogue versus Envious, Lunatic High versus Kongdu Uncia. Rogue versus Envious. Man, AKM making a bold move to not just pick Envious as their opponent, but to put himself in Group C, put himself on that side of the bracket. Wow.
Yes, that is
bold move.
That is very bold indeed. I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
Not so much in the Envious pick, but in the putting themselves in the C quarterfinal.
Yeah.
So I mean, it should make the semifinal matchup quite exciting, and hopefully somebody's really going to step up on the top side of the bracket in order to make the finals a really good show.
I'm really excited about our second best of 5 today as well. BK Stars versus LW Blue. BK Stars especially, probably one of the most surprising teams that come into this tournament. A team put together by a popular streamer, but man, he found a great collection of pros.
Yeah, Bunny and Burner in particular are really the stars, the Tracer Zarya combination of that squad, but we've seen some players step up. They also have a soft, I would say, quarterfinal opponent in LW Blue. I think that they're probably the weakest out of the 8 teams in the quarterfinals. So
I think Kongdu Uncia might be a little bit
stronger,
stronger,
a lot better than LW
You think
Blue.
so?
Yes, I do.
I think it's closer than that, but I would say those two are definitely kind of the weakest out of the quarterfinal teams that we've got. But, looking at our first quarterfinal again, Reunited, of course, taking on Afreeca Blue. Afreeca Blue has Arhan. Arhan, of course, a very, very versatile DPS player himself too, known for that Genji, but he can also play things like the Bastion too. So I kind of feel like going into this set, Afreeca Blue has some stuff that we maybe saw a little bit of at the World Cup that they might bust out here too to kind of surprise Reunited. So I think this one could get a little bit wacky. Oh, one thing we should mention, though, is that Sombra will not be busted out today. Sombra is actually banned right now, unfortunately, because there is a bug that interacts with Lucio's ultimate. Apparently, we've been told that if Sombra and Lucio, so Sombra on one team, Lucio on the other team, if they both ult at the same time, there is a chance that Lucio's sound barrier will be applied to his teammates and then never go away ever. So
no Sombra.
So no Sombra today, unfortunately.
No Sombra as a result, yes.
Yep,
tragic.
So she's hacked her way right out of the game already.
That's not what you want to do when you use the EMP. Is keep.
But Trump's not even in office all the way yet, so I'm surprised. I thought she'd last a little bit longer, but who knows? See you later, Sombra.
Well, I can't follow that one up, though. I can't follow that one up. You know, one of my worries for Reunited too, as a stylistic team, is we saw what happened when they played against Hakusal's Genji. And yes, Onigod was just new to the team at the time, but they have shown a weakness to dive compositions.
That's a good point.
And guess who plays dive compositions all day, every day? It's Afreeca Blue. They play more Winston than they do Reinhardt on Adam. They run Genji an overwhelming amount of the time on Arhan. And they're also a more coordinated team than Runaway. So if they can't protect their back line again, they are going to have a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's right. And looks like we're going to get to know our players a little bit better. Wait for it. Yes, let's do it.
Reunited. Tanker. Winghaven. Dealer. Onigod.
턱에 맞기는 했습니다만 그래도 공도 쪽도 아직 궁극기 많고 아니 이거
Unfixed.
네. 여기 중력자탄이
알루타의 트레이서는 역시 좋아요.
야, 역시
대보고까지 뛰면 나노가 완전히 보거든요.
나노리 꽃리퍼.
Balutaha. Healer. Cruz. Morte. Reunited.
All right, there you have it. Reunited, in case you weren't familiar with them. And just so you know, too, in Korea, basically, they refer to DPS players as dealers, as in, like, damage dealers. So
you got the healers and the dealers.
Healers, the dealers, and the tanks.
The tankers.
Tankers. Yeah, they do say tanker sometimes,
they do say
too.
tanker sometimes.
They're
But
not
yes. And by the way,
they're dealing death.
The proper pronunciations are Balutaya and Morty.
Yeah.
We have actually asked the players this. It's
right.
not Morte, it's Morty.
I've seen people, you know, being like, I can't believe they pronounce their names wrong. No, guys, we actually
ask the players.
We actually hang out with the players and ask them how to pronounce their names, and this is what they've told us. So you got a problem with that? At this point, you just got to message the player and tell them to change how they pronounce their names. Good luck.
Good luck with that.
That's right. So Balutaya and Morty. That's how they've told us it is. So there you go. But these guys, I mean, the one thing I wanted to mention before we did our little player intro is with Onigod, of course, he's been playing a lot of Zarya, and the ults have not been great yet. The coordination has not really been there. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still not where I think they would want it to be. And now that we're on this new patch where the ults come at more, you know, they come slower. So that means it matters even more, you know, when you do it, where you do it, and that might be a point, I think, where Reunited might actually struggle today quite a bit.
Afreeca Freecs Blue. Tanker. Adam. Jin. Dealer.
괜히 들고 나온 게 아닐 거예요. 분명히 상대 허를 찌르는 그런 작전을 들고 나왔습니다. 딜러 둘을 다 잡았어요.
체력 없으면 아르한이 다 마무리할 수 있죠.
그럼요.
예, 이거 너무 백선수이죠. 야, 형제가 다 잡거든요. 겐지 안죠? 네. 시마다 브라더스가 지금 다 때려잡고 있어요.
Recry.
AKM 선수가 던져놓고
자, 여기서
자리야 방벽 좋죠. 자리야 방벽으로. 그래도 썰어버리네요.
네, 이겼었죠.
와, 체력 10, 체력 4에서
4까지 떨어졌었거든요.
체력 4에서 이건 살아서.
Arahan. Healer. Yes Man. Dayfly. Afreeca Freecs Blue.
All right, thank you, Random Pleasant Voice, for introducing us to the players on Afreeca Freecs Blue. There they are, and yeah, these guys have a long history, of course, in the Overwatch scene here in Korea. You know that, we know that. And in this tournament, of course, they did have that 0-3 loss to Rogue right after everybody got back from APAC in China. But since then, they've 3-0'd both their opponents. They're 6-0 in maps coming into this. And they've been looking better each time. So I think I agree with you that these guys probably do have the edge coming into this best of 5. It could be close, but there's a lot of stuff that the Afreeca Freecs bring to the table that might be tough for Reunited to deal with.
Yeah, and Afreeca has had a lot of success on control point maps. In their last 7 control maps, they've won 6 of them. So for me, the big litmus test here as we go through these maps, considering we know guaranteed we're getting a control, a hybrid, and an assault map, is that if Afreeca wins the first 2, because Reunited is 7-2 on hybrid in their last 9 matches, so the first 2 maps are going to tell us a lot. If one team takes that 2-0, I think almost certainly they're going to close it out, probably with a 3-0, just because they each have such... The results speak to a lot of consistency on certain map types, so if either of them can steal the powerful map from the other, that's going to tell us a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah. Definitely could be. We're going to start things off on Lijiang Tower for our control map. And of course, we play a little bit of everything. A little bit of control, hybrid, assault, payload, whatever we need to do. But it starts out with control. So, again, no Sombra, but hey, we've still got all the patch changes. I want to see some more D.Va today.
We're going to see more D.Va today.
As time goes on, we will definitely see more D.Va.
We're going to see a lot of D.Va today, I assume.
Yep, and probably going to see a lot of Soldier as well. I mean, in our last control match, we had a Soldier on both sides for every single point. So we'll see if that holds true. It's time to get into map number 1 and see who takes the early lead in our first Overwatch Apex quarterfinal. Let's get in the game. All right, welcome to Lijiang Tower, and welcome to our first quarterfinal here on the Overwatch Apex. I'm excited about this one, man. It is do or die for every team we see from here on out. Win and move on, lose and go home.
This is where it gets fun, though. This is the good part of the tournament. And
well, I mean, we've had some good parts before, but this is where it gets really hyped.
Yeah, it does get super hyped. So, and as for D.Va, as we were discussing, it really does fit nicely into Afreeca Blue's playstyle. Looks like we are going to see the Genji come out from Unfixed here at the start, alongside Valentai's typical Tracer, the hero he's played by far the most of in this tournament.
Adam dives in a little bit early. Recry looking for some damage on that far right off the bat. Oh, nice hit on Amorti there. Goodbye, Ana. That's a good strike early on for Reunited, slowing down that ultimate. Unfixed backing away. He has been playing a lot more Genji lately in their recent matches, but it's a good start overall for Afreeca Freecs Blue. Looks like, though, Reunited going to be the ones to maybe claim the point first. No, Afreeca Freecs pushing him off, and that should be a point claimed by Blue, who is red.
That's right. Just to add levels of confusion. Blue is, in fact, the red team here.
We can't help it, guys.
Yeah, we can.
We wish we could.
Unfortunately. But nice old charge already. Valentai's been doing a lot of work on the side, but Dayfly going to get singled out right here. Has to bounce up, try and get away on this Ana.
I mean, Dayfly, it's going to be so hard to survive this. No, Unfixed finally gets him, and yeah, that Ana's so vulnerable back in the bridge area. Valentine has the pulse bomb ready to go now, and if anybody's going to carry Reunited victory, it's going to be this guy, but a lot of his teammates not around to help him out.
No, and in the meantime, most of the damage was going back onto the back line of Reunited. Morty has been struggling a little bit so far, has somehow managed to get more of an ult charge.
I think it's just a lot of healing.
Yeah, it must have been just a lot of healing from the Pharah poke.
Yeah.
They've got him. Right now, Afreeca not actually playing too terribly far forward. They're not trying to camp on the spawn over the bridge. They're hanging back.
All right, here Dragonblade getting pulled out. Sounds like it's going to be Arhan. Yep. Genji Master Extraordinaire going after Valentaya, gets the kill there. Onigod takes out his Zarya counterpart. In the meantime, Afreeca Freecs Blue dropping the sound barrier. That's going to let Arhan get really aggressive on Morty here. Tries to deflect the sleep dart. Wait, that's on Unfixed. We've gone from Genji to Genji again, apparently. So meanwhile, we go to the other ninja who's sleeping. The more boring ninja, in my opinion. But in the end, Afreeca Freecs Blue wins the fight.
Sleeping ninja is definitely the more boring ninja as far as these things go.
Yeah.
Reunited being pushed back pretty convincingly on this control point. And that damage from the Zarya right clicks and the rockets keep coming in, but there's the nano boost onto the Winston.
Nano boost onto Recry as well as he tries to push back Reunited. Meanwhile, Winghaven, we'll see what he can get done with that. Not a whole lot. Gonna pop the Primal Rage at the end of it all. Recry just barely staying alive as he backs away from the angry scientist. Velatai on the point though. Looks like Reunited finally gonna get some percentage going.
Yeah, they absolutely are, and they still have a sound barrier too, so they should be able to hold this for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long wait right now, and that they played a little bit too aggressively. Adam got very far forward and allowed the rest of the members of Reunited to sneak back onto the point and get some crucial kills.
Wow, look at that move from Recry, man. Getting himself back there, taking out Morty. That's exactly what they need to do. Valutaya, though, gets 2 on the Tracer. There's a there hit. Winghaven goes down, and Freecs Blue in position to maybe take this point back. See if they can. I guess Recry backing away for the moment anyway.
Yeah, right there we see is that Reunited is now playing more aggressively. It's basically these fights have been going as to who can kill the enemy supports first.
Yeah. Like I said, man, this patch is a rough time to be a support. Everybody's going to be trying to kill you. Unfixed with the Dragon Blade now, going right after supports immediately. They get the Zarya shield on him just in time. Yes, man survives for now. There's the Graviton Surge going down. Kills coming in for Blue. Adam gets 2. He's got the Nano Boost on him. No, meanwhile, actually, it's Arhan with the Nano Boost. Jin trying to get the clean up here. And that's going to be it. Freecs Blue taking the point back, and they are already up to 95% right now.
And they've been split spawned too. Morty dying so late right there caused a lot of problems. Unfixed has to get back onto the point, jumping in and out. He's nearly dead, is going to fall before he can hit that health pack. And that should be it for this round, Noah.
Nice sleep dart onto Velatai there, just preventing him from getting onto the point for the moment. Reunited fighting for their lives. They've been able to actually keep overtime going for a while now. Winghaven pops a Primal Rage. Going to be a bit difficult to dislodge him for the moment. Trying to get the knockoff onto Jing, but can't quite get the angle right. Arhan takes down Onigod in the back lines, and Reunited, can they get the respawns here in time? Yeah, they actually get a nano boosted Genji in there, unfixed, trying to do something. There's the Reflect. Looking for some kills though. He's just trying to buy time at this point. Jin does get the kill on the Velatai in the meantime though. That's it. Overtime dying faster, and Freecs Blue take the garden.
Yeah, they had to use that nano boost just to stall out time, get the damage reduction on the Genji. He was not anywhere close to being able to pull out the Dragon Blade, so pretty easy first take there from Afreeca. But this is what we've come to know from them. Their strength is huge on these controlled point maps.
Yeah. They're so aggressive.
They are so aggressive. But I do like what we saw from Reunited. They looked a little bit scared, a little bit cowed by the aggression of Afreeca at first, but they ended up firing back. And unfortunately for Cruz and Morty, it's sort of left to die. But at the same time, Afreeca plays so spread out on the map that oftentimes they leave Dayfly and Yes Man also in uncomfortable positions if you can get that DPS back there. Unfixed going to swap up to the Roadhog here on Night Market.
Okay, interesting. Well, Roadhog certainly does well on this point. I loved last point how Recry was doing such a great job of hunting down Morty and taking out that Ana. It's really hard to stop him, but here we are now on the Night Market. Recry back on the Pharah again. Plenty of angles to fire from. Good knockoff opportunities as well as we look down from his perspective. See a lot of members of Reunited on their own going after Morty again. Ooh, needs to be very careful here. There we go. I was like one sleep dart. That far is falling to her doom, but nope, gets the kill anyway. Freecs Blue have to take the point though. Reunited, the ones who get there first.
Yeah, Velatai got the initial pickoff, so they are in a very good position. Now, Afreeca with the kill on the Morty is going to have a nano boost advantage. That's probably what they're going to be looking for. Onigod gets knocked off and then finished up unfixed, backs into a bunch of rockets, and that's going to be a flip on the point.
Wow, that was 4 kills, 3 kills rather for Recry. Just annihilating people on this Pharah. You know, we talked about this before. Arhan was the big DPS star in this team, but Recry in the last couple matches have really emerged as another star DPS that people really need to take seriously, and it's making his presence known here.
Absolutely. Morty really suffering this match. He is sitting only at 35%, so they're going to try and take the high ground. And look at that, Recry going to blow the barrage and pick up the kill onto Winghaven, break his shield. And that's just more waiting that Reunited has to do. And we've seen Afreeca play like this before. They like to play on the high ground here on Night Market. They like to push so aggressively and take control of these choke points and use that AoE in these little rooms.
Well, Recry's targeting has been fantastic. Looks like they're going to give the nano boost to Adam as they send him in. And that's going to pull Reunited back again. Arhan has that Dragon Blade. Yep, there it goes. Pulls it out when he got already going down. Looking for another kill, perhaps, onto Winghaven. There he goes. Oh, gets hooked though. Somehow survives. Turned to the side, and it looked like that left click didn't connect all the way. Oh, goodbye, Morty. I think that's another kill courtesy of Recry, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like the concussive blast was the one rocketing him to the side, and Adam and Recry have been using this ledge. It's very popular. We've seen Miro play up here too on that Winston. You can rake people with your Tesla gun as you come out from below, and you still maintain control of the high ground. Reunited, they've got 4 ultimates up now. They've got to make something work on this push, and it's going to be a high noon.
Yeah, Deadeye with that nano boost doesn't hit anyone with it. He's got the sound barrier. He needs to find some kills here. Sound barrier on both sides. Afreeca Freecs Blue pushing Reunited back in that choke, and here comes Adam. He's got the Primal Rage in case he gets low, but I don't think that's a problem. Wow, Afreeca Freecs Blue just destroying Reunited. Just getting outplayed, man.
Ooh. Well, they played this map, this particular point so well, though.
Yeah.
They have looked basically unbeatable on Night Market from when we've seen them. Their positioning has been extremely good. They're going to pick off that Tracer right at the start, and that's just going to be it. Ticks up to 100%. And that was a dominating showing on control from Afreeca Blue. But that's what we expected, right? This is their strong suit.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like you were saying, too, Reunited, you know, maybe was really needed to try to take this one. Because if you can get what should be the stronger map for your opponent, suddenly you're in that position for a 3-0. If Reunited wins, doesn't look like it's going to be too quick here.
Yeah, but Reunited, if they were going to drop one map, this is the one they were going to drop. This is the Afreeca Freecs specialty. So as we move forward and we talk about Escort and Hybrid, if you look at those 2 game modes, in their last few series, it's 4 and 5 for Afreeca Blue. So they've actually, they don't have a positive win rate when we look at their APAC and their Apex results on Escort and Hybrid. And that's where I think Reunited is going to have the big edge. And as we move into this next map, it could be just as one-sided for Reunited.
Well, Tyrong, the coach of the Afreeca teams, said in an interview just very recently that he felt that the tanks on Afreeca Blue had a really hard time engaging when they needed to take a fight. And where you see that being the biggest issue is on those payload maps, on the escort maps, where you really need to engage and go in and make those decisive decisions, where it's not just a brawl the entire time like on a control map. And on something like Nimbani, that could really be a struggle for Afreeca Freecs Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how if they've improved their gameplay here on these hybrid maps. This is the specialty of Reunited against 7-2 on hybrid over the last couple of tournaments. Yeah. This is where they need to come out big. They want a big win here to take this series a little bit longer, because I think if it goes to 5 games and we get back onto another hybrid, that's where Reunited has a really good chance.
Certainly could. Sounds like we're ready to move into the game. Reunited looking to bring it back, tie things up. Nimbani is a good place to do it. Let's see if they can pull it off and get in the game. Welcome to Nimbani, home of the world's most poorly defended museum. Apparently you can just come in through the roof and take Doomfist Gauntlet.
Yeah, you think they'd disable it or something while it was sitting there in its not very protected glass case.
Good point, too.
It's not even bulletproof glass that it's behind, by the way, because it shatters right at the beginning of that video.
Where any young waif can grab it, punch out somebody else. Does seem a bit dangerous, doesn't it? They do kind of just leave it sitting in the street here as well.
You know what's a really powerful weapon?
What?
This thing called a Doom Fist. We better just let you be able to take it as easily as you want.
My man. Let's dance. Oh, my man.
Oh yes, Cruz has so many Korean fans right now. If you guys haven't seen his stream, it's like 80% Korean viewers now. They adore him.
Hey, I gotta say, for somebody that's only been in Korea for a few weeks, he picked up a lot of Korean.
Yep.
So props to him for embracing the language, you know?
Yeah. Definitely a fun player to watch too.
잘했어요. Good job.
So back to the same. Afreeca just not going to change their composition as long as it keeps working right here. Reunited going to flip Winghaven over, and we are going to see Onigod abandon the Zarya and try and play that Diva.
Okay, yeah. Should be interesting. I'm a little bit surprised to see no Soldier 76 on either side. This is a map that he's very strong on even before the patch. Valataya going in the back. Trying to find the kills onto some supports, maybe. We'll see if he does.
Well, I mean, this is a super dive pot from Reunited.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So they're going to try and take out those supports first and control it. That's what they're going to do. So Dayfly caught all alone. I like this adaptation. They realize that those supports are frequently left behind by Afreeca, so they are able to split them up super fast right there.
Yeah, really fast kill on Dayfly's on, and a good start in general for Reunited. They've got some time going on the point. Recry trying to defend, but no, he's not going to make it out. Only God gets the kill there. Valutaya just now in the defensive position. There goes Adam, and Reunited are going to take a very quick point A.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, you lose your main healer that fast into the match with the Ana, and what are you doing here right now, Dayfly?
Whoa, Dayfly.
You have no business being there.
Dayfly got swatted, man. That was not a
Oh man, this is going to be
a good decision.
This is a huge snowball that's forming. This is basically a free second point here for Reunited rather as they push forward. Absolute disaster to have Dayfly try and re-engage in that fight, not knowing where his teammates are, and that overcommitment is really going to cost Afreeca Blue.
Now Afreeca Freecs Blue switched Recry over to McCree now. So looking for something a little bit different, looking for some of those bigger hits. Going for the kills onto Unfixed if he can.
Well, they want the flashbang.
Yeah, exactly. You need to have something for that Dragon Blade when it comes in. Valutaya gets the kill on Dayfly again, takes on Adam. Valutaya going insane on this Tracer right now. Wow. Nobody can stop Valutaya at the moment.
Nope, huge plays.
Yep.
And again, it was so hard for Reunited to actually try and stop that, or Afreeca to try and stop that push after they got so horribly split spawn. So they're going to have to hold for a very long time here, 5:57. If they want to prevent this third point from going in, but again, too far forward, the McCree just gets destroyed.
Man, all right, Aron finally picks up a couple kills here, and this might finally stall Afreeca Freecs Blue out. We'll see if they can keep the payload moving, but I think that was a good combo from Aron. Going after Morty now. Morty kind of on his own. They've got the sound barrier as well to use. Looks like Onigod goes in and pops a Diva ultimate. Cruz gets a couple kills, because why not? Lucio's got to do something these days. Recry pulls in Diva. That's generally not what you want to do. Lucio takes a nap.
Wow, this has been
They
such a
didn't stop at all.
powerful push. No, never stopped Noah. They never got actually picked up enough kills to stop the payload. Onigod just been staying alive this entire time.
Yeah, Jin uses a Graviton Surge, but there's no follow-up from Afreeca Freecs Blue right now. Everybody's just kind of scattered. I mean, Blue has just been completely routed at this point.
Yeah, they're just taking the aggression right to them. I love the adaptation we saw from Reunited. Just go as ham as you can. Genji, Tracer, Diva, and Winston target that back line. And this is going to be a super fast push, Noah. Super fast.
Yeah, well, they're going to send in Recry now with the Nano Boost, trying to get something done on that Road Dogg, but he's going to take a quick nap and then go down. Reunited in position to finish this one off. They've swapped Jin over to the Diva now just to buy more time, but they've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds to move the payload less than 2 meters. I don't think Reunited needs to be too worried about this. Valutaya just holding that pulse bomb for the moment. That's it. Reunited with an epic time here on Nimbani.
And this is their strength. So this format, again, really does favor Reunited. If you look at it, they're significantly stronger on these escort and hybrid maps. That shows it right there. It's going to be difficult, I think, for Afreeca Blue to get anywhere close to the time we just saw posted by Reunited when they were really scattered and divided right there. Their target selection wasn't very good. They got strung out on the map again. People pushing too far forward, getting picked off, and allowing a lot of free movement there for the cart.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm surprised. You don't often see Afreeca Freecs Blue that scattered and that kind of I don't know, disastrously separated. That was crazy, man.
Well, I think when you see teams like Rogue play against them, they match the aggression that Afreeca Freecs Blue has. And I think the style that Afreeca has is we are going to see a Torbjorn, of course.
Are we really? Wow. Okay, well, Cruz has Torbjorn out there for now, and he's not changing direction that I can see.
Nope.
Yeah, all right. So Torbjorn did get some buffs, obviously, in this patch. His armor scrap starts building passively. Get those armor packs out generally a little bit quicker. And you've also got a faster hammer swing, too, so the turret can build up a little bit quicker as well.
Super duper, yay, of course.
Super duper Cruz. All right. Well, I don't think that Blue's going to be expecting this.
Nope, and they're not going to expect that turret placement right there as they try and assault the high ground. We'll see where it's going to move, but he's just going to try and farm up some ult percent with a surprise turret at the start, and then hope his team can hold long enough for him to go ahead and build up another one.
Now the thing about Torbjorn is that as time goes on defensively, he makes your team stronger because every fight you win means more total health in the former armor packs for the next fight. So if you can win the first fight with Torbjorn, you can really get a big snowball rolling defensively here.
All right, Arhan going to stop that turret, so nothing really gained right there. Cruz 14% ult, so not bad.
He was ready. Surprised you could put on the stairs actually there. Trying to pick off somebody now. Looking for the kill onto Adam. Meanwhile, Onigod gets one on Recry. That bar going down very quickly. Uh-oh, things a little bit awkward here for Reunited. Couple kills coming in. Arhan finally does go down, and Jin on that Diva, able to help Afreeca rather stabilize a bit.
Yeah, they're going to turn around. Interesting to see Unfixed on the far right now. That's not a hero we've seen really come in from them, but they hold at least on that first point. Crew's going to stick with the Torbjorn for now.
Okay.
A little bit of an even fight there on the first attempt on the point, and now they're going to try and get a flank going one more time. They're aware that that Torbjorn is going to be there this time.
Yeah. Recry way on the outside, and after the fair buffs, you don't need to worry about ever falling off the edge. You're kind of always able to float around. Jin does take out the turret from Torbjorn. And Reunited trying to defend. Freecs Blue have a pretty good position on the point though right now. Freecs backing away, getting electrocuted by Adam, and he's going to go down. Adam gets two actually as he takes on Morty on Mercy as well. Morty Mercy.
Cruz doesn't have a good turret right now, so he has to Molten Core without a turret actually down. Can
really
do a
awkward.
lot of damage. And he's got to get close to people in order to do that. Winston in the shield, not going to be very helpful. Gets a couple nice headshots, but blown up by Recry, who's just been going nuts. Just tries to knock the Winston off. Looks like.
Yep. Thought he might have gotten it, but he didn't.
Yeah, didn't get it right there. Unfixed back right now.
Ooh, one mid-air hit going after Morty now, looking for another one. Morty just trying to stay alive. So there you go. Well, if you can't hit with one solo rocket, just fire all the rockets at him. And Recry will push Reunited off. Looks like Winghaven's going to come back in again, and there's Onigod. So they've been able to buy a lot of time on the point at least so far.
Yeah, crucial kill on Morty though, because he was at 95% of his ult when he actually died. So good decision making to use the barrage right there. Unfixed.
There it is.
Still being annoying. He's got a barrage himself, but that's not going to happen. Recry plucks him out of the air, but there's the res.
Yeah, he gets in there just in time with the res. Div ultimate use though. No kills. Arhan does take down Onigod, and Recry just in another Pharah duel wins another Pharah duel with a little bit of help from Dave Fly, and Afreeca Freecs Blue will get the payload moving.
I have to say, Unfixed is not looking great on this Pharah so far. He's been floating dangerously close to all of these walls, which means it's easy for Recry to win the 1v1s, because even if he misses, he's going to get splash damage off of the rocket. So the positioning, you see Recry typically being out more in the open and not trying to give the free damage over, or easier damage, let's say. And Unfixed is going to swap up to the Genji now.
So, Volatile on the Tracer. For that kill, looks like another devault goes off. Onigod just trying to buy his team a little bit more time, and all they're doing is delaying it. They're doing it quite well. There goes Dayfly. Volatile throws out the pulse bomb, doesn't connect with anybody though. Onigod somehow falls to his death, I believe.
That was actually a really good Diva ult there, I think, by Reunited, because it bought time for Volatile to get into the back lines. He was trying to flank, and it sort of pushed everybody back towards him where he could get a lot of that damage down.
That's a good point. Volatile having to back off for the moment. Afreeca Freecs Blue do get some time with the payload now.
It's a long delay, though. Long delay.
It was. I mean, if you look at the timer now, they're already not going to set a better time, even if they do complete it. Meanwhile, Arhan gets the Nano Boost, gets the Dragon Blade, looking for some kills, goes after Morty, gets that one.
Yeah, but he only got one kill, and they committed the Nano Boost, so two big ultimates now gone.
Ooh.
Recry gets nailed by Unfixed there, who has a Dragon Blade of his own, so this has been a great hold from Reunited when they were at an ult disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because the target selection just wasn't there from Arhan. He could only find Morty, and Volatile continued to clean up. Volatile has been just amazing on this Tracer in this map of Numbani so far.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Unfixed back over on the Genji now. And you saw the kills starting to come in immediately when he swapped. That Pharah wasn't working out too well, but he seems very comfortable on the Genji pick these days. Nano Boost, who's it on? Unfixed has the Dragon Blade out. Looks like the Nano Boost, though, going to go on to Winghaven as he searches for victims. He does find Arhan, who's swapped over that McCree now. Pulse Bomb goes in. No kills there. Recry does find Volatile in the end there. Afreeca Freecs Blue fighting back, pushing forward. Winghaven with the Primal Rage, but not a ton of health left. One more rocket should do it, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. All right, so he got a health pack, guys. He got a health pack.
He did. He found the health pack in the room.
Yep.
They are going to push it through the second point of the map, but they will have nowhere near that same amount of time. Less than 3 minutes now, 4.5 on the clock for Reunited.
Well, that was such a fast time that Reunited
Amazingly
set to,
fast for a new body,
Not-
amazingly fast.
Not many teams out there are going to be able to match that. That was a pretty epic attack round for Reunited.
Yeah,
Afreeca Freecs Blue, if they can finish it, you know, at least they can move on to the time bank round.
Yeah, it's still going to be super hard, obviously. And
Ooh, Dayfly goes down to the Diva ultimate. That is not what you want to have happen right now.
the worst part for Afreeca Noah is they also committed the sound barrier to that, and they still lost the Ana, and they still lost the fight. And that's going to reset them pretty hard there. As Yes Man, not with very many percent, only 5 towards his next ultimate. They're going to have to hope for a big Zarya and Pharah or Zarya and McCree combo if they actually want to push this payload to point 3.
Yeah, they've got those options. They can stay alive long enough to use them. Meanwhile, Nano Boost thrown onto Winghaven. Yep, he's going to get it again. And they've been using Winghaven to dive onto this vulnerable back line and use that Nano Boost and just tear people apart. Speaking of tearing people apart, Pelotaya really pushing a Freecs Blue back again. Arhan tries to get something going with the Nano Boost and McCree. Gets the kill onto Unfixed, looks for another one. There goes Cruz. Got to be careful with that Diva, though. Oh, nice fan, the hammer. He pops her out of the mech, but Pelotaya finally takes him down.
Wow, so that was just a dead-eye block with the defensive matrix right there. They couldn't really get anything done with it. So again, a big commitment of ultimates, courtesy of Afreeca Blue, but they're not able to actually pull out anything meaningful. Unfixed going to be coming up on the Dragon Blade right now. Nice reflection on the Fire Strike. Arhan goes over to the Reaper, and Adam onto the Reinhardt for this last minute or so. I actually wish they would have gone to the Reaper sooner than they did, because I think you have to have a way to just burn through this big tank line and punish them for playing all in your face with the Tracer and the Winston and the Diva.
Oh boy. Oh, and wow, he gets Dayfly again. That's the second time in a row now that Dayfly has been caught by that Diva ultimate. Recry goes down to Valutaya. And man, Valutaya has just been doing a great job so far. Freecs Blue drops the sound barrier again to try to push this as far as they can, but they're running out of time, man, and they've got a long way to go.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and they haven't been able to get anything done. Nope. And look at Valutaya. Nobody's even touching him right now. He's getting so much damage down for free.
They need Recry to handle Valutaya on that, they need the McCree to handle the Tracer, and they just have not been doing it yet. Unfixed. Now over to the Soldier 76 just for more siege. I mean, they know the choke that Afreeca Freecs Blue are going to come through, so I love the change over to Soldier. Really just keeps him pinned in place and killing the Adam, and there is no way that Blue's winning this map.
Nope, not even going to get close to touching that payload again. Arhan tried to use his Wraith form, but he's going to die before he can get there, and that's going to be it. So Reunited takes Numbani, and bit of what we expected tonight happening so far. Both teams continuing their excellence on their respective forms of maps. And this is where it gets huge. Afreeca, I think, needs to win the Assault map if they're going to win this series. That way they only have to win 1 out of 2 Escort / Hybrid maps that Reunited, I think, is better on as a team.
I think more than anything, Onigod played a great Diva, and more than that even, Valutaya on that Tracer just was completely unanswered by Afreeca Freecs Blue. They had the McCree, but he wasn't staying back to protect the supports. He was kind of looking for shots himself, and if you're having trouble with Tracer, you need to save that flashbang to keep your supports safe.
They need an answer to Valutaya's Tracer, and they should have known that coming into tonight. Valutaya is definitely one of the top Tracers in the world, and he's been playing it more than anything else, so you need to come in with that game plan in mind.
Yep. Absolutely. So we are all tied up here in our first quarterfinal on the Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1, Reunited versus Afreeca Freecs Blue. Winner moves on to the semifinals. Loser is done. We're going to take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we're going to see what that third map is and see who gains the lead once again. And don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back right after this.
발사!
솜브라가 누구냐고? 기록상 그녀는 없어. 존재하지 않아. 아무도 이 아이를 기억 못해. 그 전쟁 후엔 이런 애가 수두룩했거든. 하지만 이렇게 해킹을 잘한 나이는 없었지. 그리고 이 아이는 사람을 조종하는 것도 별일 아니라는 걸 알았어. 세상이 어떻게 돌아가는지 알고 나니 정보가 곧 힘이었지. 그래서 계속 해킹을 했어. 정치인하며 회사하며 정부하며 꼭 중독이라도 된 듯이. 그러다가 처음으로 누군가에게 발각됐어. 하드웨어를 못 쓰게 되면 업그레이드를 해야 하지. 아이는 사라지고 솜브라가 태어났어. 이제 난 준비됐어. 세상을 조종하는 게 누군지 알아낼 거야. 그들의 약점을 찾아 이용하겠어. 그때는 모두가 내 뜻대로 움직이겠지. 솜브라가 누구냐고? 너흰 영영 모를 거야. 아디오스.
노력은 선수를 만들고 코어 i7 프로세서는 멈추지 않는 파워를 드립니다.
Welcome back to the Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1 Reunited. Afreeca Freecs Blue all tied up 1-1. Afreeca Freecs taking out Lijiang Tower. And then Reunited coming back just as strong, if not stronger, on Numbani. Man, they crushed him on the escort map.
Yeah, we've had two very one-sided maps so far. I mean, Lijiang was pretty one-sided for Afreeca Blue. I'd give it about equal weights on the one-sidedness, but I mean, Afreeca Blue, they've got to win this next match if they're going to take this series. The reason why I predicted them to win, though, was I thought they'd take control and assault, and then they could win one of the three escort/hybrid maps. But if Reunited wins assault, I think it's all over for Afreeca Blue, because they showed that they had so many issues, overextending, getting picked off, split spawned all over the place. And they didn't have an answer to Valetaya's Tracer when he was given a lot of room to maneuver on the map. It was about the room he had.
Yeah.
When he placed the Tracer on the control points, he doesn't have as much room. He has to get closer. He can't escape or take long flanking routes. So that's, I think, the key. And it's going to have to be a big win here for Afreeca Blue. Or otherwise, they're going to have to win two on maps that I don't think favor them very much.
It's going to be tough. And it looks like we're ready to move into the game. Temple of Anubis will be our third map, our assault map in this best-of-5 quarterfinal match. Both teams fighting for the lead. We'll see who puts themselves one game away from that trip to the semifinals. Reunited or Afreeca Freecs Blue. Let's get in the game and see who takes the victory. And welcome to Temple of Anubis. I'm not quite sure who worships here anymore, but we're gonna fight.
Battle
Yeah.
round.
Battle Church.
Temple of
They
Anubis.
have those solar panels on the pyramid.
There you go. Well, at least they're energy efficient.
Oh yeah, it's like that terrible X-Men Apocalypse movie with the solar power. God, that movie
bad,
was
yeah.
so bad.
I love at the beginning where they activated the giant sliding rocks to trap him, and you don't think his bodyguards would ask him, "Hey, what are you guys doing with those giant slabs of rock held up by tiny little sticks?" Like, oh, nothing. Oh, really? Because it looks like the ramp goes right into where my master's chambers, that really important ritual's about to happen. Like, oh no, that's just coincidence. No. Oh, all right. Well, have a good one. See ya.
The movie was terrible. All right, Onigod back.
You are not prepared.
Onigod back on to the Diva. And we're to see the Pharah from Unfixed yet again.
No jam. All right, here we go. Freecs Blue on the offense. Recry, interestingly enough, yeah, on that
Roadhog.
on the Roadhog. Wow. Okay, so they're going super heavy. Triple tank attack here. Arhan on the Genji as usual. Valataya sticking with that Tracer and the Pharmacy for Reunited on defense. I like the Onigod Diva as well, too. I think it's working out very well for him. Speaking of things working out well, Unfixed with the first kill onto Recry there. Blue gonna have a hard time pushing forward after that.
I think they need to switch to on.
Yeah, I agree. They need something to handle this Pharah.
Yes, they have no tools for it
boy.
right now besides that hook. And as you can see, Unfixed going off while there's really nobody to do anything. Dayfly is here again, dying very late. His teammates can't save him. They're gonna continue to push forward, maybe too aggressively right now.
Wow, yeah, Winghaven has to back away. Blue will claim a bit of the high ground anyways. They wait for some of their members to respawn. Arhan just trying to cut off some of the respawns.
The split spawns have been so bad. Dayfly died, now Adam died very late. Arhan has had to wait so long just behind this point right now. And Unfixed still just raining death from above.
They need something to handle this guy.
Well, they got Valataya, so that's at least a little bit of movement forward here. And ow, whoa, got Morty with that hook.
That was a pretty good hook. Meanwhile, Unfixed drops a barrage, doesn't live very long. Recry comes in with the hook. There's a kill for Arhan. Takes down Cruz. And maybe Freecs Blue are going to get some time on this point. Looks like they will.
Looks like they are pretty much going to get this one. Winghaven trying to get that Primal Rage to occupy the rest of Afreeca Blue. Onigod, the only one there. Hook going to miss. Back up onto the high ground for him. They're trying just to stall this out as long as they can, but that's going to be a D-suited Diva.
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be a D-lifed Diva as well. So, Freecs Blue will take point A with a little bit of trouble, but honestly not too much.
But look at the ult still. Unfixed used that
Yeah,
barrage
serious,
already.
yeah.
He has to switch over to the mate immediately to have any kind of shot. Fortunately, it looks like they are going to have a Diva ult to try and clear out the point and buy time, but man, we're nearly in a 6 ult charge for Afreeca Blue. They could win this map very quickly.
All right, we've got Morty on the Zenyatta now as well to help handle those tanks. Arhan pulling out the Dragon Blade. He's got the Nano Boost. Recry getting the kill as well as he walks in with the whole hog. D-Vault kills nobody. Onigod did kill Arhan before all that. Adam now going after the Reaper. We'll see if he can finish him off. Not quite sure. Looks like it'll be okay for the moment. Morty on that Zenyatta, I love it because it handles the tanks quite well, and it's a quickly building.
What is that? That is a nano boosted Zenyatta right there.
Yeah, do some damage. Oh, my dreams are dead. I had such high hopes for you, Morty, even though you weren't supposed to get that ultimate, I believe.
Well, it doesn't end up mattering. Looks like they are going to be able to push them back off the point. That's a bit of a disaster there for Afreeca Blue that came in with such a tremendous advantage.
Yeah.
Well, they get the...
Recry doing quite well, though. Meanwhile, Adam, the one getting the nano boost on the Afreeca Blue side. Valataya, a little bit low. Good reflect from Arhan, keeping himself alive at the moment. There's the Graviton Surge. Can they capitalize on it? No, because the Transcendence comes in. That's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, you can still build that ultimate pretty quickly with Zenyatta if you're accurate with your orbs.
And meanwhile, Valataya gets into the back line and starts shredding the supports again, so they're going to have to wait for Yes Man right now. And wow, now the Blizzard's built up. Afreeca going to have an incredibly hard time assaulting this point.
What a hold, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
great hold.
Afreeca coming into that with 5 ultimates up, Reunited with 0. Amazing stuff. Onigod does find Arhan somehow, and this Diva, of course, a great counter to Genji.
And
Definitely handles it quite well.
That's another time where you see Afreeca's overextension. Look at where their Roadhog and their Lucio are right now. Why were they even walking into the doorway? They know the Mei's there. The Mei has been there for a while right now. They make it so easy to win these fights because they get picked off.
Yeah. They need a bit more coordination. And I think this is kind of what Tyrone was talking about in that interview as well, where they kind of lack the ability to sort of know when to attack, know when to go in and commit. They're going to try it now. Aron does get the kill on the Cruz and Morty right away. Wow, okay, so full support's done. Good opportunity here for Afreeca Freecs Blue. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Aron getting a little bit low on that Genji. Earthshatter comes in onto Blue. We have the swap from Winghaven over to the Reinhardt. Arhan, though, pulling up the Dragon Blade. He's in the Blizzard, though, and he's going to get frozen. No follow-up, though. Oh, he gets killed in the end. The revenge of Zenyatta. All right, he killed his favorite pupil, apparently. Onigod has the nano boost. It looks like Afreeca Freecs Blue are just going to take the point. They kept him off there for long enough. That was surprisingly abrupt.
Yeah, it was abrupt, but the Roadhog ultimate helping to push people off of the point there at the very end. And patience there. It looked like maybe Unfixed wasn't even going to be able to toss out that Blizzard after the ice block. They managed to get it down, but it still wasn't enough. Everybody else had already died on the backside. And we do see right now that's a pretty decent time, 3:13 for point B. It's going to be tough, I think, for Reunited to attempt to match that, but it could have been a lot faster, Doa. It could have been a lot faster. Afreeca still bungling a bit when it came to assaulting that second point, giving their opponents more time because they were, again, you see them getting all strung out on the map and picked off.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was a pretty heroic defense by Reunited to hold off that big ultimate push, especially in this new modern age, right, post-patch, where ultimates don't come up as often. You don't often see that many ultimates for one team at one time.
Yeah, I like what we're seeing from Reunited here. They're going back to presumably the Tracer, Winston, D.Va, Genji combo because they've had a better time of diving the back line. They simply have more people diving the supports, and this series is now turned into who can kill the enemy supports faster. And the thing is that Jin hasn't been playing the D.Va. He's been playing the Zarya, and that's not really helping them apparently keep their supports alive enough, nor is it putting a lot of pressure on the enemy supports. So seems like the way these fights have been going is Reunited dives in, cleans up the supports, cleans up the rest of the fight, and Afreeca just doesn't have as much people, or as many people rather, to get into that backline.
Yeah, very true.
That's cute though. Cute
right.
start. Zarya up top with Adam and
Goodbye.
a grenade jump off there.
All right. Reunited on the attack now. And let's see what they can get done. Onigod, of course, back on the D.Va. And we'll see if Freecs Roadhog can do him a little bit better than it did on their offensive round. Valentine sneak here on the outside, runs into Arhan right there. He's got Unfixed to help him out, though, and Arhan's going to have to back away. There's Recry, though. What a right-click, man. Landed that one. Sometimes you just land those right-clicks, man, and the tracers disappear. It's true.
Ouch.
Good stuff.
Well, that'll get a little bit time shaved off the clock here for Reunited.
That is one of the most satisfying things in Overwatch. Blowing up somebody like that with a right click on Roadhog, oh, it feels so good.
You love your Roadhog.
I do love my Roadhog. I will not deny it. Onigod up onto the bridge, trying to dodge people. Nice knockoff, actually. Messes up Afreeca Freecs Blue quite a bit. Fighting back now. Onigod on that platform, firing away at Adam. See if he can take him out. Valataya there helping out as well. Zarya's shield comes in. Attacking the Genjis now. Whoa, Onigod, can you pick a direction? Just look that way. There we go. Adam finally taken down. He's suited. Unfixed on the point, though. There goes Yes Man, and Reunited with a strong push here.
Yeah, they just bought a lot of time distracting the Winston play. Onigod has honestly been great so far on this D.Va. He's looked a lot more confident on this particular hero than he has on that Zarya, getting in the face of the opponent, making Adam's life hell. I just gotta wonder if Jin can actually play anything else right now. This might be a flaw in the composition. Reunited gonna be coming in with a Nano Blade. This is looking really good for Reunited.
Yep, strong push, possibly. Aron just trying to build up his ultimate. He's nearly there with the Dragon Blade, so they're gonna have something. Valataya lurking on the side with that Tracer. Gets spotted, though, by Recry.
Close, though. He almost got one shot right there.
Yeah. Icicle the head. It's not a survivable thing for Tracer. Valataya throws the Pulse Bomb in, a little bit of damage. Afreeca Freecs Blue, though, they drop the sound barrier. Onigod gets a kill on Dayfly again. That's the third time in a row. Dayfly has died to the D.Va ultimate. That's hilarious. Arhan gets the Dragon Blade out. Doesn't get a ton done with it, though. And Blue is in serious danger of losing the point right here. They've got to hold it with the respawns.
I mean, they have a Mei, and they have an ulting Winston, so I think they're going to be okay on this push as long as they can kill this Genji eventually. Nope. Oh, wow.
Someday. Unfix staying alive, though. Oh, not anymore. I cursed him. I'm sorry, man. That's just what casters do. Aron turning around, going after Cruz. Adam gets the kill there. And now he's going to try to chase on Valataya. Afreeca Freecs Blue finally getting a little bit of purchase on the control point here. And Aron just handling the respawns. Morty goes down. Aron's going to get away. And there we go. So Blue stabilizes, and a couple nice split spawns at the end of that.
Yeah, they do. And Afreeca, they're going to be coming up on the Mei ultimate right about now. That means that the hold should be good. Arhan was really the hero of that fight, though.
Yeah.
He made his way all the way through the members of Reunited, picked up the kills they needed, and now Afreeca going to be in a much better position to hold for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, we talked a bit about Jin not ever switching off the Zarya. And again, one of the things Tyrone said he was worried about was the fact that the Western teams... Oh! In the head! Oh, it looks painful. Valataya taken down immediately by that right click. But yeah, Tyrone was worried that maybe they didn't have quite the hero versatility that teams like Reunited, Envious, Rogue are known to have. Sometimes you land the right clicks and none of it matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Caught him peeking around the corner, punished him instantly for it. They've switched up. Onigod going to be on a Reaper now, so the D.Va not working out for them. They want another AoE damage.
Take a nap.
Character on the point, and there's a nap during the Primal Rage.
Oh boy, well, Jin helps get the kill onto Cruz there. Yes Man gets a finishing blow, and Afreeca Freecs holding strong for the moment. Nice freeze onto Winghaven, gonna get burned down.
Oh, he actually lives.
Whoa, he lived with like 2 health, man. He's out now.
I mean, that's amazing for Reunited that he didn't die right there. Huge. That would have been another 10 seconds shaved off immediately, but Afreeca, good decision-making on their ults. Throughout that entire fight, they didn't use any ults, Noah.
Yeah.
Now they have 6 for this push.
They can use a nano boost immediately onto Adam. Unfixed though, pulling out the Dragon Blade, going after the members of Blue. They've got the sound barrier, but it's not going to save. Oh, Dayfly actually manages to live through that. Blizzard now for the Freecs. That's going to freeze up Winghaven. And finally, the kill coming in onto Onigod, maybe, who's now on the Reaper. Goodbye, Morty. Arhan's been chasing him down all game. Onigod's still on the point.
And he's not going to use the Death Blossom now. He is just going to go down, but they pulled a lot of the ultimates out of Reunited for that. We still have at least a couple of AoE abilities, Pulse Bomb and Death Blossom there for Reunited.
Yeah, I mean, Jin has the Graviton Surge, so he's got something at least. It's a good defensive ult to have. Recry just sieging with those right clicks. You know, another change according to some of the pro Zarya players I've been talking to lately is the way that the left click for Zarya ticks. It now ticks immediately. Basically, whenever the beam is touching someone, you're doing damage. Whether that didn't happen before, so good news for Zarya players. We're seeing that have an impact now. Valataya looking for some kills here. Good start for Blue, though. So they pick up a couple.
Yeah, but nobody can get out of spawn right now, Noah. There's a reflect, but are they going to be able to actually finish off Valataya here? Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the timer. Reunited really didn't get any actual progress on the point.
No, not at all. Arhan already back up with the Dragon Blade again. Reunited, a lot of trouble. They're going to have to play super well around this Mei ultimate because that may be one of their last chances to get onto this point. And that's going to be tough because Blizzard about to come up for Recry 2, and Yes Man sitting on the sound barrier. It'll be a tough attack here on this spawn for Reunited.
Yeah, that's right. They're down to 2 minutes here. Afreeca Freecs Blue on the verge of holding and winning Temple of Anubis. Vital to them, of course. They're going to go in. Here we go. We'll see if they can make it work. Blue drops the sound barrier right away. Valataya having to back off. Arhan with the Dragon Blade, going to get himself some health back. And, man, Reunited just completely stuffed. What can you say? Minute 30 remaining. It's getting kind of desperate for these guys.
Another kill there for Arhan. Yep. And they have the Blizzard, and they have the Primal Rage. I don't see really, as long as they stagger their ultimates right now, the Blizzard and the Primal Rage, I don't really see Reunited being able to take this last point. The defensive ults are just going to be too strong from Afreeca Blue. They just can't kill people fast enough. They can't kill the Mei during the Blizzard. They can't kill the Winston during the Primal Rage very easily. But I guess if Unfix could just shoot him in the head right now, then it doesn't matter.
All right, well, that helps. 6v5 as Reunited comes in. Valataya on the Reaper now. Unfix looking for a little bit more, but everybody's in the Blizzard. Could be bad. Let's see if they can get anyone. There goes Cruz. Both supports out of the way. Morty goes down as well. Arhan getting the kill onto Onigod. And Blue will hold strong, and now less than a minute remains for Reunited to try to at least tie here on Temple of Anubis, or send it to the time bank mode anyway.
And I love that Dayfly and Adam didn't use their ults right there. Intelligent management, throw only the Blizzard down, don't overcommit so you can hold the next 2 pushes instead.
Well, now we're seeing a little bit more of what we're used to from Afreeca Freecs Blue, that patient play, that very efficient usage of ults. They've been looking kind of scattered this match, but now they've started to calm down, I think, and this is more the Afreeca Freecs Blue we've been seeing before.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, gotta be careful there.
Wow.
Recry getting really low.
A big initial pick could turn this for Reunited. Here we go.
Yeah, Arhan coming in at the Dragon Blade, though. They're going to go after the supports right away. Tries to find a kill into Onigod instead, who's back on the Zarya. Arhan, okay, Onigod does go down. Gets a kill on Arhan before he dies. Meanwhile, Valataya coming in with the Reaper now. A lot depends on him. Got a lot of health to work with. We're into overtime now. 2 kills for Reunited, but the respawns are going to be coming. Valataya's got that Death Blossom. When's he going to use it? Biding his time. Reunited has that wall. Trying to build up a little bit more. They've still got no progress on the bar really at all. Meanwhile, Afreeca Freecs Blue, yeah, they get the Blizzard. They get the Graviton Surge. Reunited don't think they're going to be able to push this one. No ticks taken on point B yet. And there goes Cruz. That is it. So Afreeca Freecs Blue, if they finally kill Onigod here, everybody's streaming back on. That's it. Blue's going to take Temple of Anubis. That's 1 game away for them from getting to the semifinals.
Yeah, as soon as you end a match with that kind of team composition and those particular ultimates, smart communication from Afreeca Blue, because it was basically guaranteed, barring some disaster or an extremely important pick from Reunited, to go into overtime. And when you have that Primal Rage able to outlast your opponents, it's just a matter of grinding them down with the closer spawn times.
Yeah.
Afreeca stabilizing at the end of that one, and they will go up 2-1 in this series. But now, this is where it gets hard for them. They have to take one of the escort or hybrid maps that they have struggled on compared to Reunited, who is the stronger team on this type of map.
Yeah, very true. We're going to need to see a lot more of what we just saw in Temple of Anubis, which is, again, that very conservative ult usage. I think that's one of the things that in the last few matches and group stages have really set Afreeca Freecs Blue apart from a lot of the other teams here. Didn't really see it in this match until right then, and if they can keep that going, I think it's going to do wonders in helping them fight back in this escort map.
And I think if I'm Reunited, I just keep going with Tracer, Genji, Diva, Winston. Why not?
Totally.
It's been as we talk about the good ult management, that's a strength of Afreeca Blue, but on these bigger maps, the positioning is their big weakness. And we saw how hard that was punished on Numbani. It can be punished again. So until it stops working, you keep doing it if you're Reunited. I like their game plan. I like their adaptation.
And so Reunited will choose Route 66, for their payload map. And we'll see if they can handle it. You're totally right, though, with Afreeca Freecs Blue. Positioning is really the key, because these guys are really good at fighting, and they're really good at using their ults well. And so if you can prevent them from getting that 6v6 fight by taking out straggling supports, by people kind of in the place they're not supposed to be, you can prevent that fight from ever happening and prevent really the only way Afreeca Freecs Blue have to win these matches.
And Valataya has just been finding all the flanks on the Tracer, too. He's been finding people alone all the time and taking them out.
He was perfect at it on Numbani.
Yeah, really good.
So I believe it's time to go to Route 66. We'll see if Afreeca Freecs Blue can win the whole thing right here, or if Reunited will fight back, tie it up, and set us to Game 5. Let's go to Numbani. The high side.
It's a
Your
nice
home
saloon
for empty rooms and knocked over chairs.
And broken liquor bottles.
Yep, that's right.
Route
And
66.
who doesn't love a broken liquor bottle once in a while?
No, all that delicious liquor, Noah.
It was drank long ago, Monty, don't worry.
Okay, good. I'm glad somebody enjoyed it.
Welcome to Route 66. The train doesn't come through here anymore. Well, actually, it came through and stayed.
It definitely came through in a big way.
Yeah. It moved in. Yep. May's like, I hate global warming. This place wouldn't be so hot if it weren't for global warming. Die, cactus.
Cactus
Revenge
vengeance.
of the cold. Winter's coming.
Winter's coming to Route 66. somewhere in the lovely American Southwest.
That's right.
Well, Afreeca going to be on defense again, and REUNITED will be going with the Mei. So trying it, I think, to limit Volatile as much as they can, at least keep him off the supports. If he has some sort of threat to being frozen, we'll have to play a little bit further away or try and find smaller windows to get back in there. And they're not going to go for it, though. They're going to be playing Reinhardt and Reaper.
Oh,
And
Soldier
Unfixed.
76. Soldier 76. Maybe. Wait for it. No, he went over to the Reaper. Okay. So, yeah, Unfixed on the Mei.
Yeah, interesting swap up there.
Huh, all right. Yeah, Mei's on each side now.
Going back to Mei. And I like the Mei pickup. I mean, you can play it too. You have had success in
he's
splitting
so
the
good.
members. Okay, Reaper.
Yeah.
Unfixed landing a bunch of right clicks right there, and
Oh,
they're
knocks
split
a
up
bunch
again.
off. Yeah, and he pushed him off with that wall, too. So now Freecs Blue forced to fight in a really awkward spot. No ice block left. Oh, but Unfixed has to use his own as Reinhardt comes in. Walls go through on each side. And so far, REUNITED still pushing as much as they can here. REUNITED getting some nice right clicks.
But right now what we see is Unfixed sort of winning the wall game at the moment, but they are getting pushed back right now. However, the other Mei wall has come in. Everybody is separated. It's a series of small skirmishes, Noah.
There's a kill on Winghaven. Genji comes flying through the air. Somebody got launched with the wall, but for the moment, Freecs Blue are going to hold this payload to where it is.
Yes, Blizzard already there.
Yeah, Dix, you get those blizzards fast if you land those. REUNITED just going to push their way through the blizzard.
Chin should not have used his ultimate right there. And committed sound barrier too. This is a lot that they're going for, but they are going to push Unfixed back and retry. Stone Blizzard gets some key pickoffs.
This has been such a brawl.
It's been a giant mess. With all these Mei walls, it made it incredibly chaotic.
Yeah. Jin looking for a little bit more. And Freecs Blue kind of forced the fights they like to fight, which is just really chaotic stuff. And now you see Arhan getting 3 kills in that engagement. REUNITED having to reset. I feel like it kind of became a control map for a second there with the payload as the point.
Well, yeah, it definitely did. And also, all of the Mei walls seem to be benefiting Afreeca Blue just a little bit more. However, that was a huge ult commitment from them. They have an Earth Shatter right now. But I think that Winghaven's going to be able to crack this if they go with the Nano Boost. Nice Bionic Grenade, though. Arhan making things problematic in the back line. But nice kill. Gets the dash reset. Powers on through.
REUNITED. Oh, looks like Winghaven's going to take him for a ride. REUNITED gets the kill, though, in the end. And REUNITED going to have to back off without the help of that Reinhardt. Can't push up. REUNITED really getting stuffed. They're down to a minute 20 left, and it would be a disaster if they didn't even push this through point A.
Yeah, absolutely. This would be the huge win on a payload map that Afreeca Blue really needed to take this series. It's been stalling out. And you know one thing, Goa, is that the Korean teams, if we go back to APAC and we look at Lunatic High, they actually full held Rogue twice on this point. And the Korean teams do seem to have a preference for this map. So I am a bit surprised that this was this was the decision rather that REUNITED made.
I agree. I agree with you there. Looks like a Nano Boost actually over on Jin for Freecs Blue. They're going to drop the sound barrier now. As Winghaven on his own, he's going to take a battle nap. Unfixed turns it around, looking for the kill. Onto Dayfly. Dayfly backing off, staying safe for the moment, but maybe I spoke too soon. Look out. Dayfly Bionic Grenade on himself. Gets the Zarya shield, but just can't stay alive. And finally, REUNITED moving that payload. Blue, though, pushing back. Not a whole lot of defense there. Winghaven did go down. Yeah, they're going to just move the rest of the REUNITED members off of there. And now 25 seconds remain for REUNITED to get it to point A.
And there's no ult still, and this is where the patch really comes into play.
Yeah.
Only God getting close. They are going to have to be super efficient, and Arhan in this next fight will have the Dragon Blade available. They've got to shut him down, and they've got to use this one ult they have super well.
See what they can do, man. Unfixed really close to the Dragon Blade, so maybe he can pair that as well. Coming in, Onigod getting in behind, but Blue doing a good job of splitting up so far. Unfixed has the Dragon Blade now. This is it, do or die. We're into overtime. There's a Dragon Blade. Onigod getting very low. Arhan takes him down with his own Dragon Blade. Goes for Dayfly. There's kills on Dayfly and Adam as REUNITED maybe will push this thing.
Arhan's still there. He's still lurking on the high ground, fighting with Volatile right now, but he's going to go down. Winghaven gets him, so they are going to push through the next point. That was hairy, though, but the Graviton Surge was absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Caught 3 members and able to clean up. And Recry, die.
Try to get there. They're doing everything they can to try to hold this,
Okay.
but I don't think this is going to work, man. 1 by 1 is not a way to stop that payload.
No, you don't even go for that, Doa, because now they've given a pretty long push here over to Reunited.
This is one of the bad habits that the Korean teams, especially one like Blue, has, is over-defending at the very end of points.
And then you end up a man down, then you end up with a giant snowball forming because Dayfly dies again. And this may be Afreeca Blue just giving over an entire push through streets here.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's quite possible. I mean, we've seen this so many times, especially from Afreeca Freecs Blue, where they over-defend on the very end of point A. And we see it on, King's Row all the time. We see it on this map all the time. And Reunited doing a good job of taking advantage of that.
Yeah, it's a bad habit. They're already halfway through this next point as a result. Sure, they don't have very much time, but you just don't give your enemies an inch. And Afreeca sometimes looks desperate in the way that they defend.
Yeah, that's right. Valentine with the Pulse Bomb. Meanwhile, Reunited stopped up by the Graviton Surge. That nano boost onto Winghaven didn't really do too much for them. Valentine looking for some kills there. We're down to just 20 seconds again. Afreeca Freecs Blue with another chance to hold it right here.
Yeah, Recry has the Blizzard too, so looking very likely that this will be the hold here from Afreeca Blue.
Oh, Valentine
especially
gets him
with that.
Yep. So Valentine just going to drop the Blizzard in front of the point, covering the road. Nobody can really get to it. Winghaven's going to dive in, but that's really all they got. Okay, actually that Blizzard was maybe a little bit too early. Yeah. Thought maybe he could stop them, but everybody just jumped over. Now Reunited not having to worry about that. Recry has to redeem himself here. Looking for a few more kills, trying to go after Cruz. And does he get him? He will. Recry with one. Winghaven gets a kill onto Adam, but it looks like for the moment anyway, Afreeca Freecs Blue a hold, and as OT goes down, looks like they will manage to keep Reunited from taking B, so 1 point for them, but yeah, really awkward Blizzard at the end, and they're lucky that didn't get much worse.
They knew, here's what's so weird about that. They knew that we saw as the push was actually successful onto that first point. They knew that they had switched over to the Winston. They knew that they had switched over. They had the Genji coming in. They had the Tracer coming in. It's so unlikely that Blizzard is actually going to do anything.
Yeah.
And the sound barrier was also up. So they had some shields to work with on that approach, and I think you just throw it on the cart right there and call it a day when they come in. They can engage so fast, they can jump over it. The zone not effective against a dive comp like that.
You can see the idea behind it, but you can see how it just wasn't thought through very well.
Well, okay, it would have been good if it had been the comp that Reunited started the map with, but the comp that they swapped to, no way.
Yeah.
So I think Afreeca got away with it there. Reunited got a window in to maybe even push that through into the second point, but they don't get it.
As it is, see that the gas thing is there because that's where the payload's going to run out of gas. It's just going to stop right there. Fitting, isn't it? Afreeca Freecs Blue don't really need to push this all that far, honestly. Reunited on the verge of being eliminated from this tournament to the quarterfinals.
And it was going to be a tall order to expect Reunited to win all three of the escort and payload maps, even though that is their expertise. And it was sort of the way I was looking at it coming into this series is somebody's got to win on the other guy's specialty, and so far Afreeca has picked up 2 on theirs. So.
The one thing that Blue has been doing well too is when they have Recry on the Mei, I feel like they're much better equipped to protect their supports because he's been landing those right clicks so well on Valentine when he comes in. He's been staying back and being more defensive too, so I think that's honestly going to help them a lot.
Widowmaker.
If they go with it, yeah, but Recry now on the Widowmaker. Looking for the early picks, seeing if they can maybe get the ball rolling, buy themselves a bit more time.
I don't know about this. Like, against the dive compositions, I'd be so nervous right now to try and play this.
Brave.
Doesn't hit the Lucio, so yeah, I just keep playing pretty far back. There's no Winston, though, but Valentine has been a thorn in their side, and he's here again.
Oh, yeah. Push back for the moment, going in for kills. Unfixed, though, finding the one onto Dayfly. There goes Recry. Yeah, he's going to switch off that Widowmaker now. He's got to. Somebody's got to handle Valentine.
I would not try and play on a Widowmaker against Valentine's Tracer.
Yeah, seriously.
I think that's not a good call. So they realize it as well, or do they?
No, they don't yet.
Does not realize it. In fact, he's going to try again.
Wow. I am pretty surprised he's going to go for this. They are disrupting them, though, so as they push them off of big Earls, he's going to find more opportunities to fire here. Oh, that was so close. A recall just in time for Valataya. Looking for one. Oh, reflected. So close. Trying to get the kill onto Unfix. Unfix trying to dodge, and he comes in with the dash, and there goes Recry. Meanwhile, Unfix now pulling up the Dragon Blade. Look out, Grandma! No! Dayfly goes down, and Unfixed rather gets the kill he was looking for. Meanwhile, Winghaven drops that Earth Shatter, but Afreeca Freecs are already gone.
Great Earth Shatter. Arhan should have just saved that ult for the reset, not gone for it. They would have had a pretty distinct advantage, especially since Dayfly was coming back with 96% on the nano boost. But because they use it, then gonna be some more problems for them right now. Recry on the Tracer. It's the Tracer battles apparently that we're going to be seeing.
All right. This is just bizarre from Recry though. Widowmaker into Tracer. I mean, whatever happened to Pharah, man? All right. Reunited gonna drop the sound barrier as Recry tries to make something happen. He's going after Morty in the backlines, but it is not going well. I mean, he's good on a lot of things, but Tracer has not been one of them lately.
He's actually just missing a lot of shots too, and we're looking at his perspective. He's struggling.
I mean, they're pushing it, but they're not pushing it fast enough. Down to 1:45 left. Valataya rather, the one who's actually picking up the kills here. Oh boy.
Hiding behind the payload, but Yes Man also going to fall, so we're in desperate territory now for Afreeca Blue.
All right, well, Jin they're still pushing, so they managed to push Reunited back for the moment anyway. Jin has the Graviton Surge, so maybe they can pair that with Recry's Pulse Bomb when he gets it up.
Arhan can die here.
Yeah, he does. Really important kill for Unfixed, who's just become a hero on this Genji. Wow, nice reflect. Valataya gets 2 as well. Valataya has his Pulse Bomb now. Afreeca Freecs Blue in real trouble of just straight up losing Route 66 here.
Yeah, that would be huge after a poor showing on offense. Valataya gonna get it again. Doesn't actually land the kill onto Recry though. So
Recry wastes his Pulse Bomb there as well. So okay,
anything done, and they've got to make the most out of this Nano Blade, or they don't even have it. Dayfly still at 50%. Ult management not been good this time.
All right, random Graviton Surge as Arhan pulls out the Dragon Blade. Only one person in there though, going after Onigod. Finds Morty in the backlines. There's one kill. That's something they needed, but they need more. Earth Shatter comes down for Reunited. That's a big setup for them to pick up some kills. There goes Adam eventually. Reunited holding that payload. And Afreeca Freecs Blue down to just 20 seconds remaining. I don't know. I gotta say, I'm really shocked about their hero choices for Recry on this offense. I feel like they could have done much, much better with the Mei, with the Pharah. He's going to the McCree now, but I think it's a little bit too late here. Yeah, they're not even getting to get to the payload.
Well, they will. Look at the win
barely. Barely. They'll get him over there. Adam on the payload. Valataya, though, they've got the sound barrier as well. We're into overtime now. Graviton Surge pulls in some members of Afreeca Freecs.
Valataya,
what a hero, man. Pulse Bomb comes in, lands it on Dayfly. Great stick right there. And I think it's all but said and done once Adam's Primal Rage has subsided.
He's knocking him off now, but he's going to go down pretty quickly here. Take a nap, get focused, and that's it. Reunited going to win Route 66.
Wow. Reunited had a great defense there. Valataya was fantastic on that Tracer, but and Unfixed was great on the Genji too, man. He is really becoming a major threat on that hero, but more than anything, I'm so surprised by Recry's hero picks. Just not stuff that we see him play a whole lot, not stuff that he seems to be that great on.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why they tried that. I'm a bit perplexed.
The Widow was not good. We spent a lot of time watching from his perspective, and he was pretty thoroughly outplayed on several occasions. I mean, he was firing when the Genji Reflect was still up. It didn't kill him, but it nearly did.
Yeah.
Just not paying attention to the enemy cooldowns. And it's a great hold from Reunited. They turned a pretty difficult condition into an actual victory there, and now we're going to head into that 5th map. So we'll see if Reunited can carry that momentum with them into the hybrid, which has been their big specialty. So
my mind is just boggled, because if you think about Recry's hero pool with what he's good on, the Mei, the Hanzo, the Pharah, all of these would have been good picks for pushing the payload on a map like Route 66. Use it.
I'm really surprised you would use the Widowmaker instead of the Hanzo, when we know that Recry is amazing on that hero, and it's serving a similar purpose.
Yeah. Wow, really bizarre offensive round from Afreeca Freecs Blue, but we will go to map number 5. We'll see what it is in just a moment. I want to find out. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, Afreeca will have the opportunity to select. We're actually going to watch the play of the game from Unfixed. Apparently it was quite nifty. Our producers have to sign it.
In the Battle of Genji's, Unfixed
I mean, that was a great dash.
certainly been awesome. And
That's how they cleaned up the overtime right there. Huge jolt combo. Nicely done by REUNITED. Not too fancy, but they had the right call on the ults and made it work pretty simply.
yeah. And it all comes down to this. A 5th map to decide who moves on to the semifinals and whose tournament is finished. Onigod looking pretty good on the Zarya today. And the Diva even better.
Absolutely. What's it going to be? Afreeca actually gets a chance to pick the escort map. They have not picked either of the other escort or hybrid maps so far. Maybe they have pocket strategy here on one of these maps for 5th and final game of this series.
And Arhan looking a little bit stressed out.
Yeah, they don't look too good right now.
Yeah.
They're not talking at all.
I mean, more than anything, and usually I don't want to be this harsh on a team, but they really blew it on offense on Route 66. That was one of the biggest collapses I think we've seen from a team in this tournament, that offensive round.
Yeah, tough stuff.
What's it going to be? Hollywood will be the final map of this best of 5. Whoever wins Hollywood wins this quarterfinal matchup.
Hanzo has to come out now, I think.
Yeah.
We
Or
saw
the Soldier.
we saw those clips, those highlights on Eichenwald of Recry when he had that huge Hanzo game.
Yeah.
And Hollywood, another map that does lend itself to that particular hero. A lot of long sight lines to try and get those pickoffs, at least on the first point.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity for Recry to play what he wants. He can play the Pharah too.
Yep.
Great map for that.
Yep.
Can peek over security and get some shots in. See what they do. Afreeca Freecs Blue versus REUNITED. The winner of this map goes to the semifinals. Let's go to Hollywood and see who takes it.
I did it.
Welcome to Hollywood. Are you ready for some fun in the sun, Monte Cristo?
As usual, but I find very little fun in Los Angeles, though, I have to say.
Oh, I just meant in the sun. I didn't mean in Hollywood. The sun's everywhere. You know, the Earth revolves around it, in fact.
Okay. Yes, you're right.
So-
I'd rather have fun in the sun in Anubis
Oh, okay.
rather than Hollywood.
I knew you were an Omnic sympathizer.
That's me. I'm the
Six-gun killer.
I'm the future Benedict Arnold
There you go.
of the Omnivores.
Benedict Android.
Benedict Android.
Yeah.
Well played.
I always knew. It's okay. I'll keep your secret. Me
No, you-
and
no,
the
you
thousands
won't.
of people watching the stream right now.
All right.
Follow Taya on the Widowmaker. We'll see if he sticks with it. Unfixed on the Junkrat. Never mind. Unfixed on the Hanzo. That makes a bit more sense.
McCree.
Time the McCree. There we go. Okay. Otherwise, a pretty normal defensive comp coming out for Afreeca Freecs Blue.
Yeah, reunite with
Here
a
we
lot
go.
of poke. And, okay, Valentine going to switch over to the Reaper right now. I think having 2 poke heroes was, I think, going to be a little bit awkward, but
Yeah, you want that siege, but you also want the ability to get on the point and actually, fight toe-to-toe with people, and you need the Reaper for that. So. All right, Sonic Arrow gonna watch for flankers as they try to push around the side. Your nice Maywall, that's gonna really break up this attack. Hanzo split off from the rest of his team. Unfixed gonna have a little bit of trouble there. Alataya has to back away. Aron trying to do some damage. And they do. Recry, Adam, Jin, all picking up kills. Valataya manages to find one onto Arhan. Goodbye, the Flying Cowboy. Yeehaw!
all the way across the map.
That's a hold for Blue.
I like the decisive play from Afreeca Blue, getting into that corridor where they were all grouped up after the Maywall divided them and forcing them into a bad position based on that commitment. Early biotic grenade prevented a lot of the healing that could have come through. Will be another attempt at a push here. Dayfly well ahead on the nano boost.
Yeah. Valataya trying to take the high ground. As his team sneaks around the bottom, Arhan hit with that biotic grenade, gets a bit low, but not taken out. Dayfly in trouble. There's a flashbang, and he just right-clicks right into his face. Valataya getting 2 before being taken out. Jin now, it's on him to keep pushing. REUNITED out of their out of the point.
Yeah, Jin has to turn the corner right now. Reunited comes
Great
back
supports
around.
there.
Wow, I'm really surprised about Davefly. The number of times he has been caught out of position so far
Yeah,
has been
totally agree.
pretty exceptional. He's playing really far forward, and that is a big danger.
All right, Winghaven with the nano boost now goes into the cafe. Goes after the nano boosted Zarya, drops the Graviton Surge actually. And that's a huge team fight win for Afreeca Freecs Blue. Man, Adam just wrecked them.
Now, Winghaven couldn't get enough work done because the Zarya had that projected barrier, ate up a lot of that damage coming in from the nano boosted Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And then they turn it right around, catch everybody in a big Graviton, and right clicks from Zarya, followed by the swings of the hammer from Adam, clean it up pretty easily. So unfixed now. It'll be Reaper McCree. Switched a while ago over to the McCree, so it has the Deadeye up and waiting, but with that Blizzard, it's going to be a while. Reunited's going to have to work really hard not to get full held at this point.
Well, Blue has some really good ults to defend with here. Arhan on the outside, trying to come from behind. He's got the Dragon Blade, both Dragon Blade. Pulls out Arhan, getting taken out though by Unfixed. Recry backing away, that Blizzard doing work. For Afreeca Freecs Blue, nice wall, just keeping Winghaven away from everybody else. A few more right clicks come in. Ooh, Unfixed a little bit low on that Reaper. Blue, though, has to back off to the point. Reunited has gotten a pretty good position on this one.
Yeah, they have, and it just, Arhan went down immediately, didn't save the Dragon Blade at all, got picked off, and that was the big difference maker, but Winghaven unable to stay there, Unfixed, not really close to that ultimate. He's going to get
smacked
bashed.
down.
And while Velatile very far forward. Lucky he was able not to die right there.
Just trying to get back to his team.
Oh, he did die.
In time, but
yeah,
it didn't work out.
Arhan gets him, so that's...
Forty dies as well. It's a big split spawn now for Reunited.
Yeah.
Starting to look like a, well, you know, I want to say it's starting to look like a full hold, but they do have 4 ultimates, so they've got a chance.
Yeah, but at the same time, Noah, Graviton nearly back up. Sound barrier is there, and look at Recry. He's going to have Blizzard in this next fight, too, and this is the last push for Reunited.
Take that. No sign will hold back Zarya. God coming in. There's a Deadeye. They're going to run in with that Graviton Surge. Good wall comes in for Blue. Volatile looking for something, anything. Oh, no! He gets 3! He gets 3 with the Deadeye. Another one coming in with the Nano Boost. Jin on his own now, trying to defend. They got the Blizzard. Might be enough. Huge Blizzard for Afreeca Freecs Blue, but they need more than that.
Wow, that was such a hero. The Mei wall went down just in time. And Afreeca did not respect the Deadeye. And they get punished so hard for it. This is going to be a cap on this point, most likely.
Oh, they're coming in again. Adam, though, on his own. The respawns aren't going to be cohesive enough. Die, says Unfixed. They really just want to take point A, and looks like they will. Man, close call, but Volatile with the hero move. He got 5 kills in that team fight. Let's watch that again. Yes. Where was Reinhardt on this, by the way?
The Reinhardt has his shield up, and he has his
they walked past him. He walked past him.
He turned. The Reinhardt turned at the last second right there, so a very crucial mistake. Now, odds are even through that Reinhardt shield with that amount of channel that it would have killed 1, maybe 2 people have broken the shield, but it definitely wouldn't have gotten 3 like that. So, tough times, Recry on the high ground right now. Afreeca did not overcommit to the defense of that point, so they were able to get the Mei up high. Try for another Deadeye right here. Shield broken. No kills, though.
There's Tar in the way there. Yes, man. A little bit low. Oh, has to reload, though. Backing away. He's got to deal with the Mei. Recry coming a little bit deep. Here comes Reinhardt's. Hug it out. Volatile having to back off. And Blue are going to hold the payload for the moment, anyway.
Getting moved really far forward right there. Nearly causes the death of Adam, but he bunny hops his way to the safety of his team. Arhan switching over to that Soldier now, picks off the Genji, and
I was about to say, I really like the switch to a Soldier 76 for this point in particular. I feel like we should call it Westworld now.
It's true. Westworld.
It's Westworld now, but there's so many good opportunities to catch people with nowhere to run when you use your tactical visor, so see if it works out. They're going to send in Winghaven with the Nano Boost now. Only has that Graviton Surge as well. And there's a sound barrier for Blue now. Graviton Surge comes in right afterwards, looking for the kills.
Oh.
Wow, that is pretty big. The Blizzard comes in for Blue to try to delay anyway. And Arhan finds what he was looking for. That is a nice tac visor.
That was great from both teams. You saw the setup there, absolutely massive Graviton Surge into dash through from Unfixed. The Biotic Grenade was really well timed too. Unfortunately, Blizzard really stalled that out, and Arhan being there with Attack Visor made all the difference. So 20 seconds remaining, only Unfixed with an ult available, and Afreeca's going to have to give up a lot of ground. There is nobody close to any ults on their side. Valutaya gets the Deadeye in the meantime.
Less than 10 seconds, so we're going to be into overtime. There's a Mei wall, probably will go down before Deadeye finishes. Valutaya looking for a bit more, no kills on that one. Meanwhile, Unfixed coming in from behind. See what he can get. He's poking away at Jin for the moment, poking away at Adam as well. Goes in from behind. Uh-oh, look out, Dayfly. Dayfly on his own. In the back, gets killed. No sleep dart landing. Unfixed with the reflect now.
But they traded.
Overtime, it is crazy. Valutaya thrown down by that Earth Shatter. Blue comes back in again. They lost two. Valutaya with the kill on the Adam. It's a tense standoff on the point, but Blue is slowly pushing Reunited back. Maybe. Yes, man, still there. Arhan stays alive. Long time until he's got that health back, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Nearly has that tactical visor up again. And man, overtime will drain so fast if they leave the point. There's the tactical visor. That's going to push Winghaven back. Tears through his shield really quickly. 2 kills come in. There's the sound barrier as well. And Afreeca Freecs Blue will stop Reunited at just 1 point.
Yeah, but Doa, we saw this before.
Yeah, we did.
We saw this before, and even though they had a pretty successful defense on Route 66, it wasn't enough because their attack was so scattered. I am curious how they're going to approach this next point, what they're going to change. If they are going to go for the Hanzo, this was their map selection.
I don't know. It is really coming down to the wire. This is one of the closest best of 5s I think we've had in the tournament.
Absolutely. Very exciting.
Yep. And I think both teams doing a good job of kind of preying upon the weaknesses of the other.
So how are we going to see this go here? I think we do need to see the Mei come out from Reunited again.
We just need to see Recry pick normal heroes. We just need to see him pick things that he's actually good on.
Well, might be the Mei on attack here.
Mei would be fine.
Yeah, Mei would be fine. They were really successful with those Mei walls,
Yep.
at least on the defense. So you think that maybe Recry could try and mimic that performance, and Unfixed not going to go for the Mei, going to go for the Roadhog. Lots of tankiness, and there's no Reaper here, which would be excellent against the kind of composition that Reunited is running.
Well, that's the thing that I think Reunited is correctly recognized here, is that Afreeca Freecs Blue doesn't generally run a lot of Reaper. And that does leave them kind of vulnerable against triple tank compositions. I mean, Arhan and Recry are both willing to go Reaper, Arhan generally a bit more often. But you can at least buy a bit of time by taking advantage of the fact that they're probably not going to have it right away.
Yeah, well, they haven't been too keen about using it thus far in this best of 5. Let's see, Arhan's going to stick with the Genji. This will be the final decision. I am curious how fast they're going to swap, if at all, because Afreeca has been a bit slow on swapping.
Well, the green teams in general really don't like to swap. If things aren't working out, they want to just try to keep forcing it, you know? But here we go. Afreeca Freecs Blue, they've got to take the payload, push it about halfway through Westworld. And we'll see what happens from there.
Getting some good poke off.
Yeah.
He's going to have a lot of free damage and free ult charge.
Good split with that wall. They're going to take out Winghaven maybe. Yeah, Winghaven does go down. Hook for Unfixed, but he doesn't get any kills off of it. 2 for Jin already. Arhan insecurity going after Morty now. Biotic Grenade comes in. Nice hook, though, by Unfixed. That could turn things around. Recry does get a kill, though. And Afreeca Freecs Blue with a good start on this payload. It's a long run back if you die. Whoa, he pulled her underneath him. Awkward in the air. Unfixed does go down, and Blue are going to take a very fast point A. Reunited looking at their tournament end possibly here.
They've got a little ways to go, but damn, are they going to have a long time to push it to 5.5 minutes. Reunited took the point in overtime and only had a minute and a half to work with. Afreeca Blue, they've got the nano boost. No ultimates for Reunited. They got virtually no charge off of that push. Arhan trying to be king of the high ground right now. Has to use that reflect and back off. Can't take that Reaper duel with Valutaya very easily, but the payload, though, is still rolling.
Yes, it is. Unfixed on the Soldier 76. I think, again, that's a good switch. They're going to go in. Bigger shatter.
Boy.
And that is huge for Afreeca Freecs Blue. What a team fight. Wow, they pair that with the Graviton Surge. Arhan gets a Dragon Blade out as well. And that might be it. That might just be the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reunited needs to get back there fast. The payload is moving.
Jin has this ultimate that he can clog the choke point with, but that's going to be it. That's it right there.
Wow.
Ty going to try and get there as fast as he can. It's just not enough. Afreeca Blue will win 3-2.
Man, Afreeca Freecs Blue, when it all came down to it, they found the team fight they were looking for. They destroyed Reunited, took Hollywood. It was a close match, though.
Well, it was a pretty big snowball there coming off of the point.
Overall, it was a close match.
Yeah, and because they took it so fast, they got such a huge ult advantage. It was going to be very hard with that time and that ult advantage for Reunited to hold, and indeed, unfortunately for them, they could not.
Yep. So Reunited, great showing in the tournament so far, playing their first match under pretty tough circumstances, but really kind of bringing things together. Another team that had to deal with a roster swap in the form of Onigod coming in. Never an easy thing to do.
Well, also, just both these teams had some tough times being unable to practice during the Overwatch World Cup.
That too, yeah.
We'll see. Afreeca Blue, it's a great win for them, Noah, but
yeah,
I still have other concerns about them. First off, because they struggled so much against Tracer. And when we look at their semifinal opponent, it's going to be BK Stars or LW Blue. And both of those teams also have super good Tracer players. They need an answer to that hero, to that pick.
You know, I feel like they kind of found it towards the end. I feel like Recry's May really was something that helped them finally mitigate that. They had somebody that was hanging back a bit farther by the supports. You get a lucky right click once in a while. I'm sorry, a skillful right click once in a while. So if they stick with that, if Recry just doesn't play weird stuff, I think they should be fine. But yeah, definitely some points to work on as we look at who they face in the semifinal, which don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to have another best of 5 after this.
That's
BK
right.
Stars versus Luxury Watch Blue for the second spot in the semifinals against Afreeca Blue. We might have a blue versus blue final.
Oh, boy.
Oh, goody. Super great for a caster that both teams name the same thing. Yeah.
And one of the blue teams will be red also.
Yeah.
To add more fun to the mix, right?
That's always fun. It's always fun.
It'll be red-blue versus blue-blue.
It's like that mental puzzle where it's like it's written red, but it's in the color green, and you have to try to say what color it is. It's tough, man. It's really tough. While we figure all that out, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be MVP interview time, and then we'll move into our second semi or quarterfinal match of the day, rather. Arhan, take a breather, man. You earned it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was fun, man. Hopefully we get to see him play some Bastion again sometime.
I hope so, too. It's always great to watch his Bastion play.
That would be good. So, I believe soon there will be a short break. And when we come back, yes, our next quarterfinal match. Don't go anywhere, guys. The Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1 will be back after this.
Coming up next.